That's the wrong screen. I'm really out of practice. Holy crap. Hello everyone and welcome to another Tinfoil stream. How's everyone doing? Hoping you're having a good weekend. Welcome, welcome. I am back and short 2 body parts. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a good weekend. Oh, sitting in this chair is a little painful. I'm not gonna lie. I have a cushion. I'm okay. I have a cushion. I'm good. But I'm back. I've been gone for a little over a week because I had my bilateral orchiectomy. It went well. I had my follow-up yesterday. The doctor said everything looks like it's healing well. So yeah, it's good. I'm not gonna get too specific because icky TMI, but painful but good. Painful but good. Did I get your package? I did, Lady Anne. Thank you. Baja was able to solve the hard part of the puzzle, but not the easy part yet, which is interesting. I see we're on a hype train also. Thank you, everyone. 34% to level 5 on the hype train. Let's see what we missed. I'll go over some of the movies and TV shows you guys sent me, because I want to thank you guys for them. And then we'll get into the tinfoil. Should be good. I will say, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a full 3 hours like normal today. Again, sitting in this chair is a little of an ask, even with the cushion. But I will at least try to get to an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'll go as long as I reasonably can without hurting myself. So I'm sure you're cool with that. If not, whatever. Let's see what's going on in chat. Ultra Undying says, yay, Hannah, hope you are doing well. I'm doing great. Bumble Homestead with 64 months says, she's back. Indeed I am. Bong the Ripper with 46 months says, welcome back, Hannah. I've missed your streams a lot this week. Hope you're healing well. Healing pretty well. Thanks for asking. Terradona with 100 bits. MSKTB89 with 50 months says, hope you're recovering well. Bong the Ripper with 100 bits. Amber Pretzels, thanks for 38 months with Prime. Says, welcome back. Glad you're on the mend. Me too. Mr. Blast, thank you so much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs, as well as Bong the Ripper. So much generosity today. Thank you. Icky Neko with 100 bits. Polysaturated Lipids with 43 months. Bumble Homestead, thanks for gifting a sub to my lovely wife, who's been taking great care of me. Annie Kai, thanks for 51 months. Nearest Crowhill with 49 months says, welcome back, Hannah. Glad to hear the ball be gone operation went well. It's cool to have you back. Also, everyone stay safe out there with all the viruses and diseases going around. Indeed. So yeah. Oh, there's a hydrate command. I'll do that. One less medication I have to take, by the way. I don't have to take the one that makes me pee all the time anymore, so that's nice. Will I get more surgery after this? I plan on it, yeah. My insurance apparently covers facial feminization surgery, which I plan on doing to make me look nice and pretty, and full bottom surgery at some point. But I know there is a waiting list for that goes out for a bit, so. Nemesaur, thank you for gifting 20 tier 1 subs. Incredible generosity from everyone. Thank you, considering I missed so many days. The gift subs and bits really, really help. I couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you for all the generosity. So anyway, yeah, I'm back. I'll be finishing up the medbed video this week. I still am off for the next week from my, real life job, so I'm just going to be streaming and finishing up the medbed video that'll come out either this upcoming week or the week after. Sorry it took so long. Lots of stuff kept coming up, and you guys know how I am, quite frankly. But yeah, that should be coming out. And I think that's all the housekeeping. Cool beans. Even Cameron's been quiet while you've been gone. He did go into court once, but it wasn't very eventful. So that's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, let's see what some of you guys got me. I got a package from Harold Elbowman today, which included Magic 8-Ball, as well as some those grabby hand things, and where did I set that? The complete series of 12 monkeys, so thank you, Harold Elbelman, for that. Peep Lord with 400 bits says, oh my god, you did your thing. Happy for you. Thank you. There was a tip I missed. Let me go to that real quick. Just a Peach with a tip says, I had to spend my time watching people get murdered. Mystery shows. Glad you're back. That's always a good choice. I like Columbo, personally. Columbo's my favorite mystery show. Alright, what else did we get? This was courtesy of Broha Blast, who found this at an estate sale, which is awesome. So thank you, Broha, for finding this for me. Shelley Duvall's Fairy Tale Theater on DVD. Out of print, normally very expensive. He found it for like $5 or $6. Really incredible. So good find there, Broha. Thank you very much for that. Knight Rider in 4K. I can't believe I'm seeing shows from the 80s in 4K now. It genuinely looks really good in 4K. I was surprised, but it was shot on film, so it does look really nice. Especially that intro. So, Knight Rider 4K. Really good stuff. Rick M with 26 months says, glad that you're back. Missed you. I missed you guys, too. Unconditional Prong with 36 months says, hope you're feeling better after the surgery. Also, fourth sub baby, Arrow releasing the 1990s Ninja Turtles on 4K makes 2025 weirder. I did see that. Very exciting. I love Arrow. They put out some of my favorite Blu-ray sets. I really, really love them. They're a good choice, too. They've been doing some action movie stuff, so they're doing Spawn as well. Sorry, Jay's Proxy, I'll get to that. Where was that? Jay's a Proxy with a 265 stream streak says 7:35 to go. Happy to have you back and glad your recovery's on track. Also, Magoo Saga is progressing interestingly. Yeah, he at least has a lawyer now. I have been keeping up on that, so that's cool. What else did we get? We got The Prophecy, which is like a mutant bear movie, I'm pretty sure. And Zoltan, Hound of Dracula, also known as Dracula's dog, which is pretty great. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the complete series on DVD, which is awesome because I think Disney owns this now, so this is never going to come back in print. So thank you. This one didn't have a note. Whoever did that, that's a great one. Thank you. And then the big boy from Endless Wonder. Endless Wonder got the craziest. I mean, all of it's crazy. You guys are incredibly generous, and I appreciate all of you. But holy shit. This is the Stargate Blu-ray box, and it has all of Stargate SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe on Blu-ray. So that's a project to get through. I've never actually seen any of the Stargate stuff, so very excited to get through that. Also, the movie was sent as well, but I think I left that downstairs. So that's incredible. Thank you, Endless Wonder, for that incredibly generous gift. I think that catches us up. I got into professional wrestling a little bit during my break, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about how I fucking hate the Ultimate Warrior. Hats off, Phoenix Leftist. What do you want me to wear? What do you want me to wear for the hats off? Mr. Duck Sauce says, wrestling. Yes, wrestling. I don't know about that Hunter Hearst Hemsley guy. Seems suspicious. What about your gifts? Which stuff did you send, Ultra Undying? I'm sure I got them. I just got many things. I just got a text from my wife, probably about what I just said. Ashley One Up with 34 months says, welcome back, Hannah. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I knew this was going to be her reaction. Yeah. Anyway, so, what was the hats off? My choice. Okay. Oh yes, I did get the EC Comics and the Squeezy thing. Thank you so much for those. Appreciate it. Alright, so, let's jump into it, shall we? We'll start with Chris. We are gonna play bingo if you'd like to. So get your bingo cards. I love the purple space hat. I do. It hides my hairline. It's beautiful. Green guy with the $3 tip says, how was the food and heat cold packs? You look sexy as fuck. Thank you. They were great. I'm still going through the snacks. I have a ton of them. So thank you. Rick M with 100 bits says... Rick M says, others probably agree Stargate 1 is slow until halfway through season 2. Stick with it. There's a good reason it had so many seasons. Yeah. I'll get into it eventually. Sorry, I gotta respond to this real quick. Alright, so let's jump into it. Do 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 do. Let me turn this music off. And let's jump into what Chris is up to. It's been a while. We'll see how he's doing.
And
oh, of course, Hannah mentions Blu-rays on the bingo card. That's a free space today.
So I'm sitting there talking to the woman, and I'm like, I just want to park my fucking car. Is that possible?
Sorry, I accidentally skipped ahead.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 8:22.
Kai Petit, thank you for 39 months, says, how glad you're back. Hope it all went well. It did go well, thank you. And Ultimate Undying says, I have plans to get you this, but the picture doesn't actually link anywhere. It's just a square, so that's confusing.
2:24.
Recording in his car on the bingo card.
These are the last weekends of summer. I'm sorry. Back from vacay. That's right. It wasn't much of a vacation, but at least I had time off of work, which I hate. So, it's as simple as that. I don't
understand people who hate taking time off work. Your whole life is laboring to make money for other people? That's your meaning in life? That's pathetic. What are you doing?
Sucks. A couple things I want to discuss with you. Well, one thing here, this is what pisses me off here now in New York. I don't know if you live in New York, if this has taken place yet in your neighborhood, but it sure will soon. They have now digitized parking. That's right. You remember the meters that you could put quarters in? Well,
this is so funny that he's bitching about this, because like where I've lived, it's been digital for years and it's way more convenient, and you literally just like put in where you're parked and boom, it just pulls it out. You can't get tickets because when it's sitting there, until you hit stop, basically, you're parked there. It's fine. It's nice. It's easy.
They're still there to make you think you can put a quarter in, but then you look up on top and there's nothing happening. No change is being screened to tell you when you have to move your car. Paying for a parking spot that you've already paid.
It tells you on your phone. It tells you exactly how many minutes and seconds you have on the app. I feel out of touch with people, but I'm not this out of touch.
Paid for with your taxes. That makes sense, huh?
It's to try and manage how many people are parked in any given area at any given time by giving it a cost, so people aren't just loitering there and taking up parking spaces in front of businesses. Ah! Green guy with a $10 tip says, for you, you're magical. Thank you.
Anyway, so you have to now download this stupid app, okay, which takes your personal information.
Oh my god, an app takes your personal information. Chris, you have a cell phone. Chris, you have a cell phone. Chris, you have a cell phone.
Or you can call, too. It gives you an 800 number to call.
So what are you even bitching about? You don't have to use the app. They gave you an option for people like you.
Still, it takes all your personal information, your credit card information, and so I'm sitting there talking to the woman, and I'm like, I just want to park my fucking car. Is that possible? It's like, yeah.
Really? That's what you did, Chris? You called someone and sweared at them, or talked to them and sweared at them because you can't handle that something is a little different than it used to be? That sounds great. You sound like a joy to be around. Ultimate Undying with the take two. Oh. I think I've seen those at Party City.
Yes, but we need your personal information to open up an account. So let me ask you a question. So every time I park my car now, you'll know that I'm here, and I'm going to get a statement in the mail saying that I paid such and such. She's like, yes, yeah, probably. And it's like, oh, well, that's great. That's great. That's tracking, okay? They're forcing you to be tracked, basically. I mean, it's already on your phone. If they want to track you, they just bug your phone, which I'm sure is
Wow, so I guess it's a weird thing for you to be concerned about. Rico, thanks for 28 months.
done. But anyway, so I'm trying to explain to the woman, I don't want to give my personal information out because I'm afraid I'll get hacked. She's like, oh, well, you don't have to worry about it with our company. Oh, okay, I don't. So when some hacker from Russia decides to hack your company, okay, and they do all the time, they've done it with MasterCard, Visa, name it, they've done it, and they get all your personal information, your credit card information.
I guess what information do you, like, I don't think that they're gonna specifically steal information from your parking. I don't know. I just think there are better avenues for stealing that information. You also don't have to save your card, right? There's an option to save your card, but you don't have to.
Information, your address.
You can also just park elsewhere, by the way.
Your phone number.
Welcome to the first stream for you, Baby Beam. How's it going?
All your good stuff, all the goodies. You're in trouble. You're fucked. Okay, so I hung up. I just told her it's politely. I wasn't rude, unlike most people are in Westchester County. Just said thank you. I'll find another parking space. Well, I'm not going to move my car because they're not going to bother me. I'm sitting in the car anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so let's talk about history. About the history that you think you know.
Exciting.
That's right. This is the history that they told us, that everything was built thousands of years ago. Pyramids, all this good stuff.
I like that. Pyramids, ellipses, etc. You know, things that are built. Galaxy of Miscellaneous Stuff, thanks for the $5 super chat, says, congrats on the recovery, first time doing a super chat. Well, thank you very much. The recovery's going great. I really appreciate it.
Thousands of years ago, our ancestors built these beautiful, amazing fucking buildings. An architectural... here's the cop, too. This is great. Architectural engineering that is beyond any technology that we have now.
Once again, we build buildings that are taller, bigger, made out of more novel materials. Like, I don't know in what aspect does he think we are incapable of building a pyramid. Using modern equipment, we can and have built pyramids. Fun fact. The issue is knowing how they did it with their technology, not our inability to do so now. Have you not seen the Bass Pro Shop pyramid, the Luxor, etc.? Just a Peach with a tip says they were tracking the cars already with cameras and meter people.
It's incredible. It really is. Meanwhile, these are the houses that were dealt with. I call them shoe
Thanks, Phoenix Leftist.
boxes, basically,
I don't know if you'll be able to by then. I'm probably going to be shutting down the wish list since, I'm good. People got me stuff. I'm already in recovering and people got me stuff. So I'm probably going to be shutting down the wish list, though. But I appreciate the thought.
Sticks, wood. Basically that's our architectural engineering now. Look at the office buildings. Oh yeah, sure, this one's made of brick, big deal. These were sculpted. These were made to meticulous accuracy with all of their statues, all of their architectural engineering, all of it.
Yeah, it doesn't understand architecture on the bingo card.
Doesn't that at least trigger something in people? Doesn't looking in Paris at the beautiful palaces and everything, there are actually some here, you just got to look for them. Doesn't it trigger anything? I thought it would, but it doesn't seem to.
Thinks evidence is self-evident on the bingo card. He thinks other people should see, beautiful architecture of the past and find it suspicious for some reason.
Do anything. People just
It's interesting because he doesn't understand something. It inherently must be suspect. Now, that's not uncommon. People have a tendency to ascribe malice or suspicion to things they don't understand. It's kind of a hallmark of human psychology. But the problem with Chris is he doesn't understand how most things work. Like, he's a profoundly ignorant person. I don't say that as an insult, I simply say it as an observation. He's a profoundly ignorant person who doesn't understand how the world works. So everything is suspect. The whole world is suspect because he doesn't understand any of it outside of the surface layer aesthetic vibes he gets when he first, has an impression of something.
I don't know, they zone out, they short circuit or something. They can't, you know, you're dealing with a technology that we had back 2, 4, 5,000 years ago, and we're not even able to produce anything here that could even withstand a hurricane. You know, I mean, really.
Does he think there's a lot of hurricanes in ancient Egypt?
A big storm could destroy one of these
I don't remember Mott having much to do with hurricane season.
fucking houses. You know, shit like that just really pisses me off. The way they've cut the stone for the pyramids. Beautifully. Like laser cut. You think somebody sat there with a chisel?
Yes, your incredulity is not an argument. Yes, there are people who sat there and just chiseled it shit. That was their job, is they were being a stonemason or whatever, and they took a chisel and they chiseled it. Or if they had to break big rocks, there are other ways that you can do it, using, what is it? It's like sand and some sort of like friction saw. I forget the specifics of it. And there's also using a wedge and getting it in there with a sledgehammer or something similar and cracking the rock all the way down. Like, yes, it's a whole trade. Dealing with stone historically has been a trade that people took their whole life and did. I don't understand why this is impossible for him to get.
And a little fucking candle and built these things? I mean, they had to have been working 24 hours a day if they say that they built it in fucking, you know, the amount of time that they said they built it in. It took them 10 years to build a new Tappan Zee Bridge. Oh, maybe no, it wasn't that long. I don't know.
I can't believe he called it that.
I think 5
Screaming at the radio, thanks for 50 months.
years, somewhere around there. I think between 5 and 8 years they finally built it. But they made it look like it was finished, but it really wasn't because they were working underneath the bridge. So we don't really know exactly what the end date was on the bridge. Yeah, Wikipedia will tell you on there, but none of that stuff is true. That's just hearsay. That's why the
You can look at the sources on Wikipedia, fun fact.
professor will never let you use any
These people and their lack of understanding of the importance of sourcing information, pretty big.
information from Wikipedia or whatever the fuck it is, because
I don't understand why he's saying Wikipedia like that.
it's just speculation. That's all it is. I mean, you figure people would just wake up with that one little thing. Oh, and I'm sorry, today is Friday. It's a Think About It Friday, you know. These are all things to think about, just in case if I'm unable to put a video out this weekend. Actually, I am going to put a couple of videos out because I do have some previous videos that I have on my camera that I will upload at some point when I get some time this weekend. All the beaches are closed here because Hurricane Erin, I think it is. It's not going to, don't worry guys, you're all right. North Carolina, South Carolina, everything south, you're all good. Don't worry, it's going out to sea. You don't have to worry about it. It's just bringing waves that are incredible. It's like, don't you want to go down to the ocean? I do, but the beaches are closed, okay? What the fuck are you going to do? Sit there with a blanket and a tent looking at what you could be in? 15-foot waves? I would love to be in that ocean, but you're not allowed to. They'll find
Chris expressing that he would love to be in the ocean during a hurricane is emblematic of a lot of his thought process, and I find it to be, how do I put this? Very funny.
in your ass, okay? Just like they'll fine you if you don't pay the parking meter here.
Darwin vindicated once again.
They tax you to death any which way they can here in New York. Any which way they can. They can tax you up the yin-yang and you won't say a fucking thing. Congestion pricing? We love it. No cars in the city now. Idiot. They're all parking their cars up at 62nd Street and causing mayhem up there and walking down. It did nothing. Stupid. Another $9. Taken from the taxpayer. I don't know when the fuck people are going to just wake up and stand up for themselves anymore about having their hard-earned money pissed away. having their hard-earned money being given.
Sorry, he's complaining about people parking elsewhere and walking? That's like, wouldn't that be the purpose, is to keep congestion down, so they want them to park elsewhere and then walk? Correct? That's the point. Does he not get that that's the point? It's not like, fuck you, we're gonna make you walk. It's, oh, the congestion down here is getting really bad traffic-wise. It would be better for the flow of everything if people parked further away and walked. That's the point! Fucking asshole.
To people that don't deserve it, when the people who do deserve it don't.
His worldview really is just, I want to do whatever is most convenient to me right now and fuck everyone else in the consequences, and if you tell me otherwise, fuck you, it's a conspiracy.
Don't get it. Okay? And it all has to do with these motherfucking politicians who don't give a shit about you. They're pocket lined, they're given money, they are swayed in so many different ways. Every single one of them don't give a shit about you. And then when you finally get somebody up there who does give a shit about you and this country, he gets ridiculed. Not once, but twice.
I wonder who he's talking about there. The man who thinks no politician gives a shit about him thinks the only politician that gives a shit about him is the one politician we all know for a fact does not give a shit about him. Peep Lord with 40 bits says, when I was in Guam, I'd swim the ocean a lot. Folks down in Tolofofo and Inarjan would surf in the bays too, wild seeing a dude but his 10-year-old on a board in an island-crushing storm. And Andronicus Khan says, since Chris believes every flat earther that stops believing in flat earth has bribed millions by NASA to do so, do you think it irks him that no one in a trench coat and sunglasses has ever showed up at his door to make him an offer? Yes, I think that actually annoys him. I think he thinks he should get paid off. He thinks he deserves a payoff, but no one wants to buy in, you know?
And then people complain about him. The new governor, this new guy who wants to...
Amber says, so much of the mud flood stuff is people not realizing that humans have been using simple machines like ramps, pulleys, and wedges for basically forever. I think part of it, too, is people who are incredulous about the level and difficulty of labor historically. Like, don't get me wrong, labor is still... It's labor. It's time and effort intensive. That's why people get paid to do it. But, like... historically, the effort required to do a certain amount of work was more so because we didn't have as many complex machines to make it easier. So I think people just don't believe that for most of human history, labor has been as difficult as it has been historically, because when you think about it, why would you even want to do it? Like, if I was born in an era where that's what life was like, I'd lay down and die. It wouldn't be worth it. Peep Lord says, I forgot the word typhoon. It's alright. Words are hard sometimes.
Run for the state? He's a disaster. But the kids don't realize it because they've been programmed from their fucking professor in their school to make them think these people should be in office. If this guy gets into office, Mojave, whatever the fuck his name is, and he's 33. Remember that number? Okay, we'll talk about that later too. He'll put the city into a spiral down. Now, it's already been happening for the last 10 years. The city has been like this ever since the Obama administration. Okay?
As we all know, famously, Barack Obama had a lot of input on New York city and state policy.
But the city hasn't been as bad as it is right now because of, it was both because of Biden too, and also the previous presidents had something to do with it. But you know, the mayor, the governor, and all that other stuff, when they got rid of no cash bail, are you fucking kidding me? What do you think is going to happen with it? Nothing good is going to come out of that, you know. And they've done this in your city too. But these politicians become billionaires. I've spoken about this, well, not billionaires, but they become multi-millionaires, okay? Look at Pelosi, this fossil. Okay, she is a disaster. I don't even, is she even still in the House? I don't even know.
She is. She stepped down from her leadership role, but she is still in the House. She should fucking retire. She should have retired 20 years ago.
I don't care, okay? Because none of them give a shit about you. You're never going to find a politician give a shit about you at all. All they're there to is to take your money, take as much of it as you can.
You don't look for politicians that give a shit about you. That's not how the game works. You find politicians whose goals align with your own. It doesn't have to be a personal relationship, you fucking weirdo. It's a political relationship. That's the reality of it. It's pretty cynical, but you need to find politicians whose goals align with your own. You don't have to like them. You can fucking hate them. What matters is their incentive sets and whether or not they have reason to do what they're claiming they're going to do.
Salary doesn't increase, but everything else increases. The inflation should be going with your salary, but it has not been doing that. It seems like it'll never will be too. You're always gonna be behind. And that's what they want. You see, these are all things that lead to flat Earth and many other things. See, they not only have to hide flat Earth, but they have to hide our history. Because if we understand how the civilizations live around here before us, that had technology beyond our technology.
Believe sci-fi technology exists on the bingo card?
We'll wake up. Where did they go? What happened to them? Why did they just disappear?
And yes, doesn't understand his problem is capitalism on the bingo card.
Well, you would be told that there was a famine that came out, and it was a bottleneck theory. Bullshit. There wasn't anything like that. Okay? Civilizations disappear.
I like that he just said bullshit to like something that presumably took years of research and like a dissertation or a big paper, and he's just like, bullshit! Like, you literally have nothing to base that on, Chris. You're just a dipshit in a car acting like he knows better than actual people who study the thing you're complaining about.
They left behind anything they could. Our civilization, we have nothing. We've got these rinky-dink buildings which will be destroyed with...
Yeah, that rinky-dink-ass Burj Khalifa, fucking One World Trade Center, shack-ass bullshit.
Maybe 100 years they'll all be destroyed.
Thanks, Lilac.
Those brick buildings, once vines get on them and Pachysandra, it's done. It'll just be eaten apart, okay? None of this will survive. The only thing...
Yes, the vast majority of buildings throughout history have not survived long term. The ones that you see are the exception, not the rule.
And they knew this. The only thing that will be going on to the next civilization so they could see that there were previous civilizations is stone. Writing in stone. That's it. Computers aren't going to last. Floppy disks aren't going to...
I didn't have full bottom surgery. I had an orchiectomy. I will hopefully have bottom surgery sometime in the next 18 months or so.
Last. Cassette tapes are... None of that's going to last. Unless if it's in a stainless steel box.
Hey man, nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. That's just reality. That's entropy. Like, I'm sorry that that's upsetting, but that's... life. Like, that's just how things work. Things aren't all preserved. Very few things persist in the long term. That's okay. Freyline says, stop looking for cults of personality. One good one isn't going to fix this country. It's not fun or easy, but fixing a country isn't easy. Oh yeah, great man of history shit pervades people's ideas about what they need to fix things. They don't look at systems. They think they need a bold personality. And it fucking sucks.
Buried beneath us 200, 300 feet. Good luck. None of it's going to last to show the next civilization.
That's the point of the poem, look upon my works, ye mighty in despair. Ozymandias.
All this...
I met a traveler in an antique land. It's a good one. Peep Lord with 69 bits says, I don't know if you care, but there's bits to puppet my favorite lizard educated, Talofofo, Inarahan. Side note, Chris isn't Chris's fault. He's like this because when he was a child, while the rest of us had chocolate milk, he had liquefied distilled horse kicks. Oh.
Digital era, gone. Internet, gone. It's all gone. I don't even know how the fuck I got into this shit. What the hell was I talking about? You see, I just went onto a fucking tangent. But it all has to do with flat Earth, okay?
Does it? I don't think it does, Chris. I don't think it does. How am I feeling? I'm sore. I'm a little out of it still. Like, I'm not 100% mentally, but I'm okay. The longer I sit in one position, it hurts. So, like, this chair is not my favorite thing right now.
That's so...
Laying down is nicer than sitting. I'll put it that way.
It is. They have to hide this from you. You can pick up the signs, you can see the signs, but it all has to do with flat Earth. It all has to do with your potential. How much potential you have. That's the most important part. We're not this little insignificant piece of dust on a spinning wet ball in space.
Because I don't understand, even the concept of significance itself is a human one. We determine the bounds of what that even means, Chris. So if you determine that because we are on a planet, in a galaxy, in a universe much bigger than ourselves, if you decide that means we're insignificant, then that's how you're going to feel. For me, even though I do see cosmology as that, we are tiny beings on a small planet in an insignificant solar system in a spiral arm of a galaxy in a much bigger universe, we're significant because we're significant to ourselves and each other. That's what matters. That's significance. It's a fully human-made concept. Significance is what you grant it, right? If you want to feel significant, you need to allow yourself to be significant to yourself, to other people, to your family, your friends, your loved ones. That's where significance comes from. Not from some outside supernatural force, but from you allowing yourself to feel like you matter. And I know that that might sound like vacuous, like behavioral psychology bullshit, but that's the reality. It's subjective. The only significance you are ever going to feel is going to come from within. And if you tell yourself you're not significant because of some ultimate cosmic thing, you're hurting yourself. You're absolutely putting yourself in a box that's going to make you depressed and feel like shit.
That makes you feel small. No, it makes you feel helpless, scared. That's what it makes you feel like. And you're not like that. You have the power to manifest. All these fluorides, all this shit that they put in your food, all this crap.
Chemical fear-mongering on the bingo card.
All that's there to do is to suppress you from knowing this power. That's all it's there to do.
What have you done with this power, Chris? If you think that this particular knowledge is power, what have you done with that power? You've alienated yourself from the people around you. You've made yourself insufferable to listen to. You've made it so you hate your own life. Wow, I'd rather not learn such a power, believe it or not. Toreador with 200 bits says, he learned almost too late that man is a feeling creature and because of it, the greatest in the universe. He learned too late for himself that men have to find their own way, to make their own mistakes. There can't be any gift of perfection from outside ourselves. And when men seek such perfection, they find only death, fire, loss, disillusionment. The end of everything that's gone forward. Men have sought to end to the toil and misery, but it can't be given. It is to come from inside, from man himself. That sounds like a monologue from Outer Limits or something. It's good. It's good stuff.
All these shots.
Been watching a lot of 90s Outer Limits, by the way. 90s Outer Limits is confounding to me, because one episode will be some of the best television science fiction you've ever seen in your entire life, and then the next episode will be just dog shit, and then the next episode will be great again. It's one of the most hit-or-miss anthology series ever, and I kind of love it. It's like entertainment Russian roulette. It's good stuff.
Everything. All of it. It's all nonsense. You don't need any of it. The Hasidic Jews?
Oh, where's this gonna go?
They know. They don't take anything. They didn't take any sticky things. None of them did. They all...
We'll go thin... what do I even...
refused. And they were the healthiest people, apart from flat earthers, on this flat land that we live on. The blue sky. Why is that blue, Chris?
Why is the sky blue? It's because of the water particles in the atmosphere and how they scatter light. Jesus Christ. Toreador with a link. It conquered the world! I don't think I've seen this one. I have.
What's this all about? What's everybody running from?
It's the end of everything.
What do you mean?
I'm not arguing theory, General. I'm here
Okay, don't let me move like that again. I don't have It Conquered the World. I have It the Terror from Beyond Space. Is this a sequel? Or unrelated? I'm gonna guess that's unrelated.
I'll tell you why it's blue. Because it's an ice sky. That's what it is. We're covered with something. An ice dome? I don't know.
Atmosphere. We're covered in and submerged in an atmosphere. Holy shit. Ow. Give me a sec. 1 sec. I'm sorry. I gotta adjust. Oh, that doesn't feel good. Sorry. Okay. Good. Sorry. MST3K did it. Season 3, episode 11. Huh.
I haven't been up there.
I started Strange New World Season 3 yet? No. I did watch the new season of King of the Hill, though, and it was great. It was great.
Can't get up there.
In terms of any series that has ever gone away for like a decade and come back, the new King of the Hill season feels the most like, oh, it's the same show. Just feels like the same show, but everyone's older. It's perfect. Some of the voices are different for, like Dale Gribble's voice actor passed away, so they changed him. But the new guy's good enough. It's off, but it's fine. The show's great.
And you don't even know that could be the sun's ultraviolet rays. That's what's causing it blue. No. Is that why it's red on Mars?
Ice usually looks white, not blue. Yes, however, I would say that some flat earthers believe that the firmament is made of special sky ice that is blue. I watched a video about it earlier. Yes, Baja, if you could bring me the ice pack, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, Mars. When are you guys going to Mars, guy? Wait a minute, it's 2025. Elon Musk said we should have been there by now, right? Or
Elon Musk is a liar. You should never trust Elon Musk. He's a narcissistic billionaire piece of shit. Like, come on, man.
at least hell
What streaming service is King of the Hill on? Hulu.
on our way. That didn't happen, did it? Where's the last moon landing? Oh, you missed out on that one, right? We tried a couple of times, but it got scrubbed. And then NASA got canceled. That's right. I think Trump brought NASA back. I don't know. He's got to know what the fuck is going on.
He's cut a bunch. He and his administration have cut a bunch of NASA funding. What the fuck?
He's got to know. I mean, well,
In particular, the Earth Sciences divisions.
You know what? He hasn't been down to the. He hasn't been down to Antarctica. You know, so until he goes down there, and we have information that he's gone down there, that he still doesn't know. I don't think he's just too fucking busy. You know, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Who cares? You know, even if it did know, it doesn't make a difference because it's always going to be hidden from you. All right. I don't know how they would come out with this. They are NPCs. There are people out there. They are.
Everyone that disagrees with me is an NPC.
Would go nuts.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I personally think they would lose it. But I don't, at this point, I think some people out there, you can literally...
I never thought in my whole life that putting ice on a scrotum could feel so relieving. Alright, that's the only scrotum joke. Done.
Show them something and they still won't believe it. They'll still go through life with it, but they don't understand.
Bravo Needs Bacon with a $1 tip says, all these planets in the universe were the only one with 40 to 60-hour work weeks, endless debt, awful billionaires, and drones who worship them. I need donuts. Only planet with donuts, unless you count the rings of Saturn, but those aren't jelly-filled. They're planet-filled.
How powerful this message is. How powerful Flat Earth is. That it will shut down the economy once it gets out. Every school
Why would it shut down the economy?
will be shut down. Every financial district will be shut down.
Why?
Because they don't know what to make of it. It's kind of like what Facebook...
Like, if you think if people found out the Earth was flat, they wouldn't need, like, houses and food and clothing and services.
Book opened on. You know, when Zuckerman, he didn't know what it was. He didn't know or believe that it could be this successful. Or maybe he did. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, that was all set up anyway to begin with, because they needed something to take all your personal information and find out what you're doing. You know, that's what they needed. You know, I remember the government approached him, I believe, at some point and said, wait a minute, people are giving their personal information out. We don't actually have to go out and try to get it from them. They're actually just freely giving it out. And yeah, they are. Just go on to Facebook. There it is. We're going on vacation next week. That's right. We'll be here. We'll be right here. Our house is here. This is where we live. Nobody will be around to protect the house. Oh, sure, we have ADT, but you can get around that real easy. So, I mean, it's...
How can you get around it real easy? You think the government's waiting for people to be out of town to break into their house like a cat burglar? That's very confusing. I feel like he's confusing many different things into one thing.
It's...
Like, there are certainly housebreakers who probably keep an eye out for people to be out of town on vacation to hit their houses or whatever. But, like, the federal government doesn't have to do that. They're the federal government. They can just be like, we have a warrant. We're coming into your house. So let us in.
This is really where we are, okay? This is it. They're done. And they realize it, and that's why things are happening so quickly now. Every fucking day. Every fucking day they're talking about that fucking endless war that's going on forever and ever and ever. You don't even know what the hell's happening because you've never been there. You don't give a shit. It's not affecting you. You're still getting dinner on your table, right? What do you care? You know? What do you care about flat Earth, right? It's not affecting you. This is what I get. This is the mentality level I get from fucking people. That they don't understand that that isn't real up there. That moon is a fucking projection. That sun is a reflection of
Fake sky on the bingo card?
something. It's not tangible. You can't land on it. They're the same fucking size. Doesn't that at least wake people up?
They're the same angular size. They are not the same size.
You see, this is why they get them when they're young. They have to get...
Darling Dr. Lambchop says not to get nosy, but are you using the cushion I sent? Don't know if it would help, but I have multiple cushions, so I am using multiple. Right now I'm using one that's shaped like a paw that's pretty cute, but I'm sure I have yours downstairs.
You when you're young, because that's when you're going to buy it.
Thank you.
That's the tipping point. That's where you believe anything. And you
Yes, we had Hannah mentions Blu-rays on the bingo card.
live with it, and that's what you believe. And then you get it reiterated back into school. The whole system, everybody, generation after generation after generation, believes in this. Okay, well, there's now a generation that doesn't. Many generations, actually, that know we live on a flat, stationary ground and we're not moving. Everything around us is moving, but we're not. The clouds are moving, storms are moving, the stars are moving, the sun and the moon are moving, but we're
Newtonian relativity, what's that?
not going anywhere. We've been in this spot for I don't know how many thousands, or who knows. Okay, but we're not moving. Water seeks its level. That's why it looks so flat when you go to the ocean. That's why it looks so flat when you're at the lake. And that's why you have to wake up to flat Earth. Look at the stars through binoculars. They're twinkling. They're not twinkling because they're trillions of miles and light years away.
They're twinkling because the light is coming through Earth's atmosphere that's disturbing the light.
They're very close.
Sorry, Galilean relativity.
They're very close to you. They want to make you think that they're so far away, unimaginable amount of way. You take a camera, you zoom in on Mars, and you don't have to do any other zooming. That's it. Everything else. When I first got my P1000, that's the first thing I did, of course. Anybody who gets that camera, all right? But then I did notice years ago that I didn't have to put it on focus or anything like that. I could put it on manual.
Peeplord says, I wish my butt wasn't so concerned with seeking its own level. Squats. Do squats.
Leave that focus that I had on the moon and then go to one of the stores and it's still in focus. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? All right, and then some people
Doesn't understand how cameras work on the bingo card.
will say, oh, well, then it's in this infinity mode.
Ugh.
Who the fuck cares? You know, really? Come on. This is perspective of your head and your eyes. That's what this is. Okay? I mean, this is basic.
Will Kale says, after the stream, I'll be watching the Ultraman USA pilot movie on Blu-ray and the Spain Blu-ray release of the Apple. Yes, English track is on the list. Or on the disc. Nice. Is that this one? Ultraman The Adventure Begins? Ultraman USA? Or is that the other one? I know Hanna-Barbera did one of these. I don't know if this is the one. Anyway. I'm not seeing the Apple.
Fucking 101 stuff. I mean, even if you get into the flat earth and the possibility of flat earth and beyond, you know, you're talking about a whole different system of living in a digital world. See, I can't even discuss that with anybody, okay? Let alone flat earth, discussing digital world with somebody, that everything could be non-existent. How do you don't even bring it up, okay? Just study it and learn it. That's it. Understand what kind of experiments other countries have done to prove that this is true, all right? To prove that there's 8 seconds that they know what you're going to do, and that would be God, before
What?
you do it. There's a
God knows what you do. You're gonna do 8 seconds before you do it. God's omniscience is limited specifically to 8 seconds before you do a thing. That's pretty limiting. That's pretty limiting. Jesus. I think even in Galaxy Quest, they had like 15 seconds with their fucking device. Am I crazy?
whole 8 seconds. That's a digital world. That only happens in a digital world.
Because we are living in a digital world, and I am a digital girl. My spermatic stumps hurt. Ugh. Lilac Rosenberg with 60 bits says, Shanks has like a minute. I don't know what that means.
Look how perfect everything is. It's perfect. Oh, you're saying, oh, it's because of the tilt of Earth. No, it's not. No, it's not 23 degrees.
To be clear, what happened is basically I had my testicles. You know, they have like cords attached to them. When they took the testicles, they like snipped, boop, boop, and they like went back up into my torso. And they're up in my torso, not my full torso, in the groin area, and they're in my body, and the stumps, they hurt. Peeplord with 40 bits says, and now we gotta have digi destinies. The digital world is flat, people. The black gears aren't real. They're agents from CIA, Amon.
Sorry. No, I am so sorry to break your bubble. To burn the ball.
Thanks, Harold Elbelman. I got your package today, including the 8-ball.
But that's what we're trying to do. To wake fucking people up. You know what I noticed too before I press stop?
Do I regret what I just said? Not a bit.
During this hurricane,
I'm teaching you anatomy. NSE 333, thanks for 10 months, says, good to see you. Good to see you too.
We're at the tail end of summer, so we had that 1 week where it was just blast.
Yeah, I'd take some pain meds if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'll take some Tylenol or ibuprofen or both, whatever.
It was like 9 million degrees outside. Thank God I was on vacation though. But I noticed right when this storm came in, it was like 59 degrees at night It went up. The highest just the other day was 62.
Ashley One Up says he's misunderstanding a strange experiment that researched the human brain and found human brains and bodies prepare for an action 0.08 seconds before we consciously decide to make that action. For example, your muscles prepare to move your arm before you consciously decide to raise your arm. I have heard about that and how they believe for certain actions you essentially post hoc consciously come up with a justification that was already made before you consciously knew about it. That makes sense. He's misremembering it pretty badly, though. Afghanistan with 14 months says, yep.
I believe, but it's starting to feel like fall. You see, this didn't usually happen. When I was a kid, they summer lasted all the way up through September, basically. And maybe this one will too. I don't know. Who knows? But I've noticed lately in the last 10 years, we're getting the hottest part of the day at the end of the day, at 4 or 5 o'clock. I remember it.
Man, it's crazy that the climate keeps changing. I wonder if anyone's noticed. Sweet, thank you. What? A lick of ice cream would always help. That is good. I took more than one. Sorry. Thank you.
Being high noon between 12 and 2. Now it's coming in, and if you notice, go ahead, look at your temperature gauge. I don't know where you live. If you live in a hot area, it's even better. You'll see the hottest point of the day is between 4 o'clock in the afternoon and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the hottest part of the day. I don't remember that, okay? And it's in reverse. In the wintertime, it's exactly like that too. That doesn't make any sense to me. It used to be high noon and between 12 and 2. Okay?
Does he know he could look, like he does this all the time. He could look this up, but he chooses not to. He's intentionally ignorant. It's crazy. History check. Thanks for 52 months at tier 2.
That was high alert for the lifeguard. Anyway, well, look. That doesn't have really much to do with flat earth. That has something to do with, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe this is the end,
God, I hope so.
And they know this. Hi, how are you? And they know this. They are vamping things up because of this. And because they're going to lose power. That's really what it is. I mean, it's the power thing for them. I mean, once you realize that there's a God, there truly is a God, and I never believed in one. But now I know now, and while I'm a flat earther, that there is not only a God, but he or she, whoever may be, loves you, built all of this for you, manufactured all of this, and you decided to come down here. That's right. That's right. You chose to be here. I don't know why, but you chose to be here.
Because I'm a masochist.
I did. We all did. And then all of a sudden now, some of us become flat earthers. And it's the most important time of your life as a flat earther. This is...
I haven't gotten your text yet, Mr. Blast.
it.
You sure it's sent?
This is the best time for flat earthers because everything is happening.
Oh, maybe I just got it.
It's such a high-paced rate, and we knew this was going to happen. Popcorn, get it out, enjoy, because you got some
that's not a bad idea.
interesting future coming up. Let me just put it to you that way.
Why is he in a handicap van? That's what he does for a living. He drives people to and from the hospital, usually from old folks' homes or assisted living facilities. Peep Lord with 40 bits says, advice from someone who has 2 vasectomies. Be real careful having an orgasm. There's going to be stuff pulling on other stuff, and it might be hurt, and it might hurt like fuck. Also, sniffing isopropyl alcohol wipes alleviates acute nausea. Nurse showed me that trick during the vasectomy I was awake for. Yeah, I know, they told me. I can't go... this is definitely TMI. I'm not supposed to do any of that for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Which sucks. But there you go.
I'm going to warn you on this one right now. Wait until winter comes along. I'm not going to say anything yet. I can't.
Say it.
But you'll see. All right, well, I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos and letting me be a part of your life.
Do I think he infects old people with flat earther nonsense? Probably not. I don't think he's very successful at convincing anyone of anything, to be honest. Alright, let's see what's next. We should actually look at the bingo card, because he actually knocked off a lot of stuff, and that took like a whole hour. Jesus. Ancient wisdom. Flat earth. Recording in car. Doesn't understand how cameras work. Incorrectly believes evidence is self-evident. Believes sci-fi tech exists. Doesn't understand architecture. Doesn't understand his problem is capitalism. Hannah mentions Blu-rays. Thinly veiled anti-Semitism for his weird thing about Hasidic Jews. I don't know. Weather control. Chemical fear-mongering. Tartaria. I think that's it. Anything else? Do 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 do. I think that's it. Cool beans. Alright, let's see what's next. What's this one?
Parasites and pathogens only thrive.
It's only like 2 minutes long.
Parasites and pathogens only thrive in a body that's acidic, low in oxygen, inflamed and electrically disorganized.
Oh, none of that's true. Electrically disorganized.
In that terrain, blood thickens, cells lose potential, and the immune system
The potential to do what?
becomes
Do they not have enough ATP?
overburdened, opening the door to disease. The plasma geo shifts this completely.
Uses AI on the bingo card.
By surrounding the body with a coherent, negatively charged electromagnetic field,
Oh, it's one of those BDSM shock devices. Did they wash that before they put it on her face?
it restores cellular resonance and balance. When the body interacts with this field, water and proteins reorganize, restoring membrane potential. Blood thins, microcirculation improves, and oxygen delivery rises. Inflammation decreases, and pH returns to its natural alkaline range.
Oh, fuck
In
off.
this environment, parasites can't survive.
Oh my god, if you're in a developed nation, the chances that you have any parasites in your body is next to none. You do not have parasites, I promise you, unless you've been eating fucking raw meat, raw pork, undercooked pork, and even then, it's still not the most likely.
The
Stop
terrain
it!
no
Stop!
longer supports them. But here's the key. It's not the device that kills them.
Your pH should not be alkaline? Yeah, wouldn't you die?
It's the body itself.
Because wouldn't that be, like, incredibly basic? Am I crazy? That'd be, like, super basic?
Once bioelectric coherence is restored, the body's own
For those that don't know, on the one end, there's, like, acidic, right? Which might make you think, oh, the other end, basic, must be safe. No, the safe zone's somewhere in the middle. Both something that is super acidic or incredibly basic, they can both burn you. Like, you don't want something that's that basic. Like, I think lye is incredibly basic. If you've ever seen the movie Fight Club, the thing that burns the hand, that's lye. That's basic. Peep Lord says, what about dog or city deer? I don't know what that's in relation to. My brain still isn't working.
intelligence recognizes what doesn't belong and eliminates it. So if someone asks,
Remember when, Goop Lady, what's her name? Remember when Gwyneth Paltrow talked about drinking alkaline water that she put lemon in, thus making it no longer alkaline?
does the plasma geo kill parasites?
No.
The most accurate answer is, it doesn't kill them directly.
Is that the most accurate answer?
It gives the body back its ability to heal itself. By restoring balance and order, the body regains control and health returns naturally.
Jesus Christ. Well, I hate that. Siberian Winter says my genuine reaction to everything the AI is saying. That is one big pile of shit.
That is one big pile of shit.
Watched that recently during my recovery. I would still want to say Jurassic Park is still the only good Jurassic Park movie. They've made 7 of these motherfucking things, and only 1 is any good. H-Baird says, the parasites, in their eyes so much they forgot to feed and die that way. Oh. Oh, gross. Anyway. Yeah, I have a box set that has, like, all the Jurassic Park movies and the Jurassic World trilogy, not the newest one. Which is funny, because I'm never going to watch any beyond 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3 I can watch, but they're not good movies. 3 takes some stuff from the book that I like, that I'm sad they didn't put in the original movie, but I get it. Like the pterodactyl enclosure stuff, that was from the book, the original book. Anyway. Yeah, we already had Hannah Mentions Blu-rays, but yes. 3 is an okay popcorn movie, but it's not very good. At least it's a short, get-in, get-out dinosaur movie. I think I'm mostly upset that it feels like every dinosaur movie these days has to be a Jurassic Park movie. Like, do directors know you can, I guess studios make these choices. Are studios aware they can make dinosaur movies that have nothing to do with Jurassic Park? Carnosaur. Just saying. I enjoy Carnosaur. Anyway, here's people being mean about the girl who plays Wednesday because she had some less than flattering cosmetic surgeries. I don't really care. It's her face. She can do what she wants to it. I don't like celebrity gossip, but of course they're turning it into a conspiracy. Tammy and the T-Rex remake, when? They need the dinosaur to be a statue, just like in the original. No moving legs.
She's in character. No, dude, you should be asking what the heck has the industry done to Jenna Ortega? What's going on in Hollywood, where celebrities are going from this to this? This is...
Unfortunately, in celebrity culture, there's a lot of body image issues caused by tabloids, by fans, by awful people. So unfortunately, I think some people, when they have the means, get into plastic surgery that maybe... I don't even want to say they don't need, because it's such a subjective, personal thing. If you want plastic surgery to change something about yourself, I think that's your right. It doesn't matter what I think about it, right? And I don't think it matters what other people think about it. But unfortunately, in a business where your face is part of your product, being an actress, people are going to comment on it.
Wednesday Addams. This looks more like the Corpse Bride. So what character is she playing?
Fucking rude.
Because it's not Wednesday. This is what Jenna Ortega is going to look like in Wednesday Addams 2. And this is how she showed up to the premiere. They look nothing alike. And to be honest with
you... Yeah, she had plastic surgery. I think she had the buccal fat removal thing. And some other stuff. I don't know what. I don't know.
They wrapped up filming in December of 2024, which is way before Jenna Ortega started to change. This is Jenna Ortega on March 2nd, 2025 at the Vanity Fair red carpet event, where she looked just like Jenna Ortega. But then, a few months later, she shows up like this. Who the heck is that? The next thing you know, she pops up at the Met Gala wearing only rollers, looking nothing like herself. The same people that defend this are the same people that defend what the industry did to Ariana Grande.
I think Ariana Grande chose to go and cosplay every potential race of person of her own volition. I don't know if anyone made her do that. Sorry, pushed a button accidentally.
Oh, it's just another celebrity who transformed and has no memory of what happened. Sounds very...
What do you mean, no memory of what happened?
Very familiar to the post Jenna Ortega made on IG and then later deleted. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, but trauma does in fact impact the brain.
Oh, fuck off, lady. They had cosmetic surgery. You don't have to like it, but leave them alone.
Dissociative amnesia, emotional memory.
Siberian Winter says, I mean, I don't think she needs plastic surgery, but it's also none of my business if she gets it or not. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't think most of the celebrities who get it need it, but like, I'm not their friend. If there's anyone in their life who's supposed to tell them that, it's their friends and family. I'm a random asshole on the internet. It's not my job to judge the aesthetic quality of other people, whether they're celebrities or not. Who cares? It's just rude.
Memory impairment, impact on brain regions, suppression, and fragmentation. You guys probably should have been asking more questions when they cast her for the role in Miller's Girl, you know, where the student was having an affair with the 56-year-old teacher. Just saying. What a lot of you guys are showing.
I'm sorry, do you think that people are cast in roles based on their real life? That's not how movies work, ma'am.
In my comments section is actually Hollywood worship. You should be questioning the industry, and the fact that you don't is concerning. Thinking that anything...
Oh, I did hear about Cyrax, or no, was it Cyrax? No, who was the guy that died? That was the... King Cobra fucking died. Did we watch some of his recipe videos in the past? That sucks. Bittergrin says, hate the culture that makes people feel they need plastic surgery, not the people themselves. Yeah. We're on a hype train randomly. That's interesting.
Thing that challenges Hollywood is conspiracy or crazy, attacking people who criticize a celebrity or movie, even with facts, and dismissing serious concerns like exploitation or symbolism as just entertainment. Again, what you should be asking is, what did the industry do to Jenna Ortega?
Like, King Cobra, I don't know if he ever did anything fucked up. If he did, I guess disregard this, but I'm not familiar with it. He was a weird guy. He was a very weird guy, but he was certainly just living his life, I guess. Sad what happened to him. It was organ failure, I believe is what I heard. I don't know if it was related to alcoholism, because I know he drank a lot, so, like, very sad if that's the case, but, you know.
This shit dark. Y'all don't have to believe what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I believe that Jenna Ortega that you and I both knew is gone.
Alright, it's time to get TikTok off. Can we let the ban go through already? I'd really appreciate it. I'm so fucking sick of TikTok.
All right, I'm back again, and I've got some very entertaining knowledge. Now, I did have to go back and look at this video again made years ago. I'm sure some of you know about the reptilians or shapeshifters.
Reptilians on the bingo card.
Caught on camera. I do want to show you something very disturbing. I think I now totally understand how pro sports are controlled out on the football field, why there just doesn't seem to be very many mistakes, how they move around like they're controlled by one intelligent brain or a demonic brain, because they really are controlled by demons. So I'm going to say that all the people that are part of the real Club 33, at some point they get a worm inside their eye, and little do they know that they just gave up their life. And
they get a worm inside their eye, like in Star Trek 2? No, that was in your ear. They put it in his ear. Where do they put a slug in your eye? That's gotta be from a movie. Did they do that in Slither? Slugs. There was a guy with slugs in his head in Slugs. That, I think, was a movie made in Mexico. It feels very specific, like it's being stolen from something. Prometheus! Prometheus! Prometheus? Oh, that was bad! Oh, that hurts so bad! Don't do that! Don't slam the desk! Holy fuck! Ow! 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 Ow. Alright. Pain's done. Woo! Peep Lord says, it's your job to judge the intellectual qualities of people on the internet. Here's money. Judge Pete Hegseth. Fun fact, this week his signal thing dropped. He was at my command PTing with us. I opted to take that day off. He sucks. He's a sucky, shitty person. Surprise.
A demon is going to take over their body, and we have proof that they accidentally shapeshift. There's little glitches and mistakes. Let's take a look at some of those. So this video that's getting a little bit of attention has captured...
Wait, why are we looking at someone's crotch? Wait, what? Fucking what? Okay.
A shapeshifter, and what you'll notice is their fingers seem to grow out longer. They have, I think Lady Gaga and other people wear little glitches. Their hands, their reptilian demon hands, grow out.
Their reptilian demon hands. Bittergrin with 100 bits says, if a demon wants my shitty body, they're welcome to it.
Mistakes are made or exposed. But this video is very entertaining. I'm sure that these people probably get a monthly check from some kind of agency that's controlled by an illuminated group. And
Illuminati on the bingo card. I wish I got paid by the Illuminati. I hear their dental's great.
they probably produce 90% truth and 10% deception. And that 10% would involve the real Jews, involves
overt anti-Semitism on the bingo card.
The name of Yeshua the Christ versus that stupid name Jesus, which is affiliated with Zeus. But anyway, this is very entertaining. I've watched this video twice. It's so entertaining, believe it or not. All right, so not that long ago, I stumbled upon a video where a shapeshifter, he gets his head banged on the ground.
If there was a shapeshifter, why would they ever choose to play for the Miami Dolphins? I just don't think it. I just don't think if you were an alien and could play for whatever team you wanted, you'd go with the Dolphins. It's not... doesn't make sense.
And then one of his hands starts kind of growing out or glitching or mistake. Something is going on. The demon reptilian it can't control the human body correctly, and it almost looks like an alien hand. Now, as you can see, this is obviously not...
By the way, I only recognized that uniform because of Ace Ventura.
Normal for your...
In case anyone was curious how I recognized a Miami Dolphins uniform.
Thumb to be pressed.
A great movie with one of the most unfortunate third acts in film history that hurts me deeply. But anyway, that's why you should watch Ace Ventura 2 instead. 100% less transphobia.
Way back, and fingers are all... I mean, it looks like a squid mutated hand. There's obviously something going on here.
It does not look mutated. It just looks like their hands in a weird position in the freeze frame. He's probably like doing this, like and you just caught a weird freeze frame.
This is a shapeshifter controlled by a demon. He's probably some poor college kid. The Illuminated group come up and said, hey, you're going to be a multimillionaire, a star. You get to enjoy a life of luxury. Just go ahead and let us put this worm right into your eye. Little did he know that he just gave up his life, and a demon is now in control of his body, and he lives out, when it's time to pretend like it's him or his programmed memories or mind, he can almost play the role of this person, but there is in fact a demon in control, and that's why we have shape-shifting glitches. So this is a...
Someone named Illuminati with $6.66 says, keep up the good work. Thank you, boss. I'll do my best.
Christmas picture back in December of 2019, and when it first came out, I could not understand what's the deal with these...
Freyline says, fuck you, man. He's having traumatic brain injury in that frame, yeah. That's a sign of a severe concussion. Ooh.
Squid, alien, demon-like hands. Well, I know exactly what it is now. They're telling you these are shapeshifters.
Speaking of Jim Carrey, Arrow is putting out The Mask. Very exciting.
Demons are...
Did someone say that at the beginning? No, that was about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're putting out The Mask, which is my favorite comedy Jim Carrey movie.
In control...
maybe The Truman Show beats it out, but they're pretty close.
...of these people's bodies. They are like they're not even human, or it's almost like Satan's favorite demons get to live out a perverted luxury life through certain humans. So I do have a
You
theory.
think there's any demons that are super into movies that are gonna take me over? That way they can live in the lap of luxury in my home while watching my Blu-rays? That sounds pretty good. A demon can do that if they want. A demon can get inside me.
That
We don't talk about The Mask too. I loved Son of the Mask as a kid. I'm disgusted to express. It's bad. I recognize it's really bad now, but as a kid, I fucking loved Return of the Mask.
the devil has mingled his own DNA into Michael Jordan, and he gets to experience the praise and worship that Michael Jordan receives. This guy is not normal. The most famous, worshipped superstar athlete guy ever is a black man. His name is Michael
Why is his race relevant? What?
Jordan, and he is on a level of fame that no one else, I guess, has ever made it to, or it's just not normal.
What do you mean it's not normal? What are you talking about? He and the other fucking guy led the Bulls to like an insane win streak in the 90s. What the fuck are you talking about?
I became suspicious about Michael Jordan a few years ago when I noticed that the devil just keeps honoring this guy. Like, he honors him in baseball games, in NBA finals.
Bittergrin says, sorry, there was only one movie-loving demon and she runs Vinegar Syndrome.
Certain dates around his
If you know, you know.
birthday. I've even seen where Happy Gilmore 2 secretly honors this creepy, devilish guy. There is, yes. Happy Gilmore 2,
I'm sorry, is Michael Jordan in Happy Gilmore too?
there's occultic numbers in that movie. If you think that Adam Sandler just walked right on into Hollywood, the devil's honeypot, became a superstar, made $500 million, and did not bow his knee or pay the price, you are mistaken. Adam Sandler bowed his knee. He could have
Maybe he just played basketball really good.
taken the worm.
Have you considered he's just good at the basketball? He dribbled and he dunked real good.
There could be a demon controlling his body.
There's a Happy Gilmore too. Yeah, it's a shitty Netflix sequel that came out like a month ago.
You do not get to be a superstar for free. You have to pay the price. All right.
The regular The Mask movie was crap too. I disagree. I do wish they'd make a new The Mask, more based off the comic, because I like The Mask comic, which is much darker in tone than the movie, and I think now would be a great time for an R-rated Mask reboot. But I do like the original movie. I think it's fun.
So check out this theory that I have. So the cover of this old Metallica album, The Master of Puppets, imagine the devil puts his own personal demon worm into the superstars, and then he gets to experience the praise and worship that these superstars experience. Like,
okay, but what if none of that's true? Because you haven't demonstrated it. So you're basically just a crazy person on the internet talking about how celebrities have had their brains taken over by satanic worm creatures. Like, I think you're getting ahead of yourself insofar as, like, how much you think you've convinced the audience so far.
there are people like Tom Cruise and Michael Jordan that have made it on a level of fame or praise. You know, they get praised and worshipped like very few people. And I believe that he secretly controls them, or he experiences their praise and worship because he loves to be praised and worshipped. Back in the heavenly realm, he was like the Joe Cool rock star, super famous. He was smarter than everyone else. And, you know, when you are in a league of your own, you start to get a big, arrogant, proud head, and he wanted to be praised and worshipped. And at some point, he even thought that his throne or his region of authority, he had some kind of a power or authority over some kind of large region, and he believed that his throne should ascend above the Most High. So yeah,
People says, I'm learning about a whole mess of sequels. I'm never going to see this stream.
he was
Don't get me started on the Air Bud sequels.
all about being praised and worshipped, and that's what all these celebrities.
Michael Jordan couldn't even be a multi-sport phenom, but you're telling me that Air Bud, an elderly Labrador Retriever, Golden Retriever, can master not 1, not 2, not 3, but at minimum 4 sports? I don't know. A dog can play basketball? I believe that. A dog can also play hockey, football, beach volleyball? I don't know. You're losing me.
Desire. People that want to be famous, what they're really saying is,
did I hear that Air Bud is getting rebooted? Ain't no rule that says a dog can't play basketball in a reboot.
I want to be praised and worshipped. You know, you want to sign an autograph, or you want to stand out above and beyond the large crowd. What you're really saying is you want to be praised and worshipped. So they do.
H-Bird says, there ain't no rule that says Michael Jordan can't play basketball. He doesn't have any talent for that sport, but there's no rule against it. Oh, sorry, baseball. Baseball, not basketball. Sorry.
Despicable, shameful things for their temporary fame.
Thanks to Space Jam, I'm very familiar with Michael Jordan's baseball career.
And then they go to hell and they are tortured beyond belief, begging the Creator for death. And the cycle just keeps repeating. That's why I do not admire any celebrities, don't want my picture taken with any of them, don't want any autograph. I do not want to physically touch. If you offered me $10,000 to shake Michael Jordan's hand, I would tell you where to shove your $10,000.
That's a little weird, but okay. Peeplord says, that's 1 sport per leg. The fact that you don't get that proves qualia's real. Gosh, Hannah.
I would not physically touch that person or a lot of these celebrities. They are controlled by demons. And we have shape-shifting glitches to prove that they are controlled by demons. So let's look at the suspicions behind Michael Jordan and Lucifer has put his own DNA or his own little worm, his own demon worm.
I'm sorry, how does Lucifer get his DNA into you? I'm very curious.
Or whatever you want to call it, into Michael Jordan, and he gets to almost live out through Michael Jordan. You know, imagine the devil is able to live through 50 super famous people, and he gets to experience their praise and worship. So let's look at how many times this Michael Jordan has secretly been honored through pro sports. So this is Super Bowl 20, right before Michael Jordan's 23rd birthday. Guess what team?
He wasn't even famous yet.
Goes to the Super Bowl and dominates. Yes, it is Chicago.
Okay.
So the year that Michael Lucifer Jordan was born, 1963, he is born, and then about 10 months later, guess what 2 teams go to the big championship game? It is New York, where Michael is allegedly born, and Chicago, where Michael will play out his pre-scripted superstar career. So yes,
I mean, that's not weird, though. Chicago Bears were a relatively successful franchise at the time. So, like, they're gonna show up sometimes? Like, it's not surprising that they won, like, championship games within the decades that he was alive before he got into basketball? You know what I mean?
Something obviously not normal about Michael Jordan. The devil keeps honoring this person, and I have a theory or a belief why he keeps secretly honoring this person. So Michael Jordan's most powerful numerology numbers are 113, a 59, and a 23.
Why?
And Super Bowl 59, which just happened a few months ago.
Why 59? I get the 23. Why 59? Was that his number? Or something? 23 is apparently his number with the Wizards. Was 59 a number elsewhere? And why 113?
So they really honored Michael Jordan. They created a 33, and there was two other
numerology on the bingo card.
Big numbers affiliated with Jordan. It was so obvious what they were doing. The easiest Super Bowl that I ever called just happened a few months ago. So back in 1996 all the way to 98, when the Bulls did their three-peat, they created a hidden 666. The first finals in 96 was a 6-game series. The second was a 6-game series. And in 98, it was a 6-game series.
Is that a six? That's not a 666. That's 3 6s in different things that you have put together. Like, presumably they did 6-game series, so on either side of that, there are probably also 6 and 6. So it could just be 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6 6. But you chose 3, because of course you did, because that's what you need it to be paranoid about it.
Because this guy is not normal. This whole scenario.
I mean, he's not normal. He's exceptional. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Kind of definitionally, he's not normal.
There's something about him affiliated with the devil.
You could say that about anyone at the top of their game or craft or whatever.
And I do believe he has the devil's personal worm that has gone into his brain, and the devil gets to live out or experience his praise and worship. Now, something else that's very entertaining, the Dodgers, which I believe are going back-to-back winning the World Series, the Dodgers started out in Brooklyn, New York. That's where Michael Lucifer Jordan was born, allegedly.
Michael Lucifer Jordan.
And the Dodgers are out in L.A. If they win again this year, it would be their 9th all-time World Series win. And the number 9 is associated with Michael Jordan. He wore the number 9 during the Olympics. So I'm going to say that there's a high possibility the Dodgers are scheduled to win this coming up World Series. So the Eagles a few months ago won, and they created a 2-3. Philadelphia is associated with Michael Jordan because the number 76 is part of his numerology. So they created a 2-3.
Is it? Where from?
Michael Jordan wore 2-3, one of his most powerful numbers. So if the Eagles go back and win this year or in 26, they will create a 3-3. Now what's so significant about this next Super Bowl is Michael Jordan is going to turn 63 years old this coming February. And that is one of his powerful numerology numbers, or that was the year he was born, 1963. So I do believe the Eagles are going to win to create a 3-3. Remember, when Michael played for the Chicago Bulls, he did a 3.
And a 3 and a 3 make a 6. 6. 6, 6, 6. We did it. No matter what, it leads back to Satan.
Then they needed an excuse for him to step away for 2 years, and his father's fake death, and he was involved in sports betting. All nonsense. It's just an excuse to step away, come back, lose 1 year. You need to be a loser, so you hype up the thrill, the excitement. And then they did another three-peat. I remember
That's not how this works. It's not Super Slam. They don't need to set up rivalries like that. It's real sports. That's not how any of this works.
1996, me and 4 friends are sitting on the edge of our couches, screaming. This dude had like an $800 television. We're watching the Chicago Bulls in the finals. It was like adrenaline. I think I experienced adrenaline. It was so exciting. And when I look back now, I just want to, put my head down in shame. But yes, I do believe the Eagles are going to go back again to create a hidden 33 to secretly honor Michael Lucifer Jordan. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video. I will say this. We are in the devil's season of nightmarish deception. And what most people are, they don't even realize it. They are unhappy dollar slaves. They've been programmed and conditioned by the public school system to be a good, hardworking dollar slave. Remember, the public school system is going to program you to believe that if you work hard and live in a nice house in a nice neighborhood, drive a nice vehicle, blah, 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 you are a winner. But if you
Yeah, I don't recall learning that in school. It was mostly like reading and math.
Just get a part-time job and live in your parents' basement and enjoy freedom and try to, ride your bicycle down by the ocean, enjoy as much freedom as possible. You are a loser. But what the public school system is not going to tell you is that both roads lead to you being a 80 or 90-year-old bag of bones in a nursing home with a diaper full of, you know what, on your way to, most people are on their way to hell.
I'm sorry, you're upset that you die? You want to talk to the manager? Well, what do you want me to do about that? You're upset that what? In school, they don't pound into your head the inevitability of your own decline and death? Like, what do you want them to do? Just depress everyone and give them a fucking complex? Like, yes, people, we are all mortal. We will all, if we are lucky, grow old and eventually, yes, pass away. That's a part of life. Like, it's not a secret. They're not trying to hide something from you. It's just something that most people internalize, accept, and learn to cope with in their own ways, and we live our lives because it's what we have. It's not a conspiracy. People know they die. Peep Lord with 100 bits says, can we do a game where we take one of these videos and pinpoint the exact timestamp where it becomes obvious that the undercurrent is just racism? For this one, it would be pretty early on.
So they're not going to talk about both roads lead to you a nursing home, diaper full of whatever. They want.
I would feel lucky if I aged enough to like end up in a retirement home. I know they're not always the nicest place to be, but like if I got to retire, I'd be fucking shocked. So I don't know. Maybe we just have different standards. I don't know what he wants. All you can hope for is to grow old the best you can. Have people around you care about. That's all you can do.
Want you to be a good dollar slave. And if you watch the movie, I believe it's Django Unchained. Django Unchained. At the end of that movie, years ago, I literally...
Sorry, I'm just thinking of Django Unchained, but with the Jingos from Banjo-Kazooie. Is anyone... Okay, that's a little niche. I don't know.
Paused it, and I had to have a moment. Because I didn't realize, oh my God, what is worse than being tortured to death? How about being a miserable dollar slave, forced labor?
Hey man, I think I'd rather like work a job than be tortured to death, actually. I don't find those two things to be equivalent. Just a peach with $1 says the anti-sports guy did not read enough Shakespeare.
Till you are 60 or 70 years old, you barely have enough money to pay your bills. That is what the devil is trying to accomplish here. He wants people to be like Homer Simpson, potbelly, fat potbelly, dollar slaves that are not happy.
Hey man, some people have big bellies. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Is what he's trying to do. Remember, this devil could have...
Reminder that Homer Simpson was able to provide a 3-bedroom home for his family on a single salary.
Released artificial intelligence, androids, that could have done a lot of physical labor. People could have only worked 5 hours a day. Plenty of printed out of thin air money pay their bills. People could have enjoyed their lives, take their...
Hey, man, if fewer people are working, then services are going to cost more... Because there'd be fewer services and goods if fewer people work for less hours. You can't just print money and have the money do work. The money doesn't do the work. The money is incentive for people to do work so that things are produced and things are done. The money isn't the engine, it's the gas. Does that make sense? People are the engine that do work, that do labor. The money is incentive because then they can trade those for other people to do work for them or to buy goods or services. Like, this is the bare minimum of how... I'm not saying society as it currently exists is organized in a reasonable way that treats labor well, but what I am saying is There's no version of life right now where most people just get to stop if you want this level of, like, amenities in the world. That's how it works.
Family down to the park and happy. No. The devil wants people to be in poverty, to have to work 12-hour days, to be miserable, pot-belly, dollar slaves. Do you all understand what's really going on here? The criminal elite are out playing golf, enjoying a life of luxury, while most of...
Right, and that's a problem, is because in the system where most people do the work that they're capable of doing, there are people at the top who are siphoning the value of that work so that they get to do effectively nothing all day and live in their little private sector fiefdoms. That's a problem.
Other people working at Dollar General or in some of these hot factories, just barely making enough to pay their bills. They're not
No, this isn't AI. This is a person. A real person.
Happy in life. They're overweight because they keep putting sugar in their body because all these stupid, crappy products out on the shelf have small amounts of sugar. It is all by design. It is Satan and his criminal elite. Do you guys...
Nope, it's capitalism. Christopher says, opinion of Ace Ventura, the animated series, if you've seen any specific position on the Mask crossover. The only episode I've seen is the Mask crossover, actually, because I like the Mask cartoon. It's fine. Ace Ventura puts the mask on his butt, and his butt becomes the mask.
You guys understand the real world that you're living in. The devil's little season is not just about deceiving you on your television screen. It is about deceiving you in every aspect of your life, putting toxic things in your body, being forced to do labor jobs that you don't want to do. You barely have enough money. It is all about deceiving, deception, and this super powerful piece.
Now you want to watch it? It's on YouTube, I think.
Of crap. Satan is obviously the master of deception. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any good words of wisdom, if there's any little creepy shape-shifter links, just go ahead and put it under the video in the comments.
I feel like this video had a shortage of shape-shifting, considering that was the claimed title. But whatever. What's my opinion on Mr. Bean? I don't have one. I've never actually seen any Mr. Bean. Sorry, some of the AI is just so bad. Look at how bad this AI is. Oh, they left the ramp. Don't worry, guys. They left the ramp there. It's fine. All right. Is that the origin of Assy McGee?
Here in
Egyptians as well. That's why you see the elongated heads.
Amber says, fun fact, John Maynard Keynes, as in Keynesian economics, predicted that by this point in time, productivity increases, if properly distributed, would lead to a 20-hour work week. Alternatively, he predicted, like Marx before, a world of runaway inequality. It's wild how Keynes was right about basically everything, but he's been completely discarded by the modern political elite. Oh, it pisses me off. The fucking... We're not even in a goddamn Keynesian beauty contest anymore. It's just a Keynesian fucking Hydra homunculus. Everything's a nightmare. Anyway, here's some silly people on the internet.
That come from the Zeta Reptilians. So, you know.
So, Brother Yosef, if this is a holographic universe that we exist in, and we are all holograms being projected into this realm, who would you describe me and you as on another realm? What name, like what entity, what species would be described as, since we're just holograms communicating with each other?
God.
Oh, we're just holograms. Wow.
If you have a soul, you are a god of another dimension. And let's be clear about something, right?
Oh man, the dimension I'm a god of is going to have so much cheese and Blu-rays.
So when you look at the gods, let's just take Toph for example.
And no anime.
Right? Toth, the way he looks, that version of him.
You mean Thoth? His name is Thoth.
Really does exist in 7th, 8th, 9th dimension. A lot of the gods live in the 7th, 8th, 9th. That's why the Anunnaki deem themselves gods, because they was able to take their technology so high to go up there to where the gods are, right? Which is the 7th, 8th dimension. A lot of the old gods live in the 8th dimension, but those are holograms. Those are holograms. In the overworld, the true gods, your true form, that's part of your soul, is a puppet master. So what I'm telling y'all is that a lot of the gods y'all worship is really you.
It's really you. Yeah, right.
The whole "you are God" thing just annoys me to no end. It's just cringe. Just be a fucking humanist at this point. What are you doing?
It's really you. And there.
Will there be chocolate? There will be chocolate. What about anime Blu-rays? I will allow them, but you have to go and look at them in a shameful, crowded, dimly lit theater, much like a porno theater. You will be shamed by society, just like Pee Wee Herman.
They're a hologram just like you, but they have more freedom. That aspect of you has more freedom, and it can help you help yourself. Right? You can working with a certain deity can help you help yourself, because you're really talking to yourself, right? So what I'm trying to say is that in our oversoul level, outside of the hologram, I can't even call it a god. You're something else. You're something greater than a god. You're a creator, just like the supreme being, right? You're above an angel.
Hey man, what if we're just assholes on the internet? Like, what if we're just like made of meat and we're human beings that are animals on Earth and we're just talking on the internet and you sound like a douchebag? Like, what if you're not God? Hot take. What if you're not God? What if you're just a dick on the internet saying they're God? Wouldn't that be embarrassing?
You're above the angels. You're all that stuff. You're beyond that. But you connect to all these things as well, because when you first came down from the creator, you came from heaven to earth. You didn't come directly to earth.
Toriador says animals chatting on the internet is just furries.
You came down in different dimensions and you created a body. So you already have an 8th dimensional body, 7th dimensional body, 6th dimensional body, 5th dimensional body, and a 4th dimensional body. But because our consciousness is low, the only one that we can interact with is the 4th dimensional body. Right? So we go to sleep at night, we dream, and we interact with that 4th dimensional self, that 4th dimensional body.
The astral, you talking about
the astral body, right?
Right.
And as you grow in consciousness, you start realizing, I can connect with my 5th dimensional body. I can go to a place where I could create what I want, and I could be light. I could be a light being. And you can go to the ascended masters, live in so the 5th dimension is light. You as a place of light where you first start to grow your spiritual light. The 6th dimension.
None of these words are in the Book of Paul.
Is where ascended masters go. Buddha, Gautama Buddha, Babaji, all these great ascended masters, they all go 6th dimension. That's where you become a baby god. The Siddhas. I talked about Siddhas too in my video that I did on YouTube. So the Siddhas are like 6th dimensional, 7th dimensional. 7th dimension, so if you're an immortal person, you're a god. If you live forever, you're a deity. That's what a god is, nothing but an immortal, a mortal human. So that may take you higher up.
The Highlander isn't a god.
Up in
He's a Highlander.
The Matrix, but you're still, you may be more free, but you're still stuck.
I watched that during my recovery, by the way. Highlander is a very good movie.
You still gotta go to school in every dimension until you find a way to get out. And the best way to go is spirituality. What these other beings are doing is going what they've always done, technology. They're trying to mess up the creation of what the Anunnaki did. These rebels, the adversaries, Satan, he wants to keep the same thing so the Anunnaki don't make it back. They're pissed off. They want to do their own thing. You can also call them the fallen angels. Because we don't just wrestle against flesh and blood, we wrestle against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places, right? What does that mean? That means that the true people.
Did I watch the other Highlander movies? Not yet. I do have them, so I do plan on watching them. I've heard the second one's really bad, so I've been procrastinating.
People that control the whole universe that really mess with us down here on Earth, they look like this, right? In another timeline, they evolved, right?
Yeah.
As they evolved, they started to merge themselves with technology.
Also, Sean Connery's character is on the cover of the Blu-ray. of Highlander 2. He got his head cut off in the first one. So I'm a little confused. Do I like the series? I haven't seen it yet. I do plan on watching it at some point because I did like the movie.
Okay.
Okay, and technology became a part of their body, their brain system. They
What's
were
my favorite bad movie? Neil Breen's, is it Fateful Findings? Let me double check that it's Fateful Findings. Yeah, Fateful Findings by Neil Breen. Let me see. What other ones are my favorite? The Room is a classic. Troll 2 is a classic. Halloween Resurrection is like my favorite bad Halloween movie. So I check that one out. I'd have to think about more.
already powerful as they were, but as they evolved with technology that was so advanced until these people look like gods, right? And I can tell you right now, there's no powerful force.
What else did I watch? Death Becomes Her, old WWE stuff, WWF stuff, I guess, from when I was talking about. Outer Limits. I watched a lot of stuff.
Of course. I don't care what extraterrestrial.
Some Knight Rider.
Talking about that's more powerful than Anunnaki.
Watch the Highlander TV series before Highlander 3. Yeah, that is a crossover I read. So
Joker's got stuff that is their whole race is scientists. They're scientists.
They're the top dogs, and
their whole race are scientists. Who does the laundry? Who cooks food?
Dogs in the universe. Ain't nobody gonna argue that.
Wow.
Ain't nobody that could ever argue that because the reptilians was the next one. Everybody know the reptilians got the biggest family in the cosmos. There's all different types of reptilians. So at the same time, the only people who could match them was the Anunnaki. Right? So the Anunnaki, as they rose in power and they started to merge technology, they made it to the 8th dimension. They made it to the higher worlds. And they could not get into the true spiritual world, which what we call the overworld, or the you can call it the Ain, right? The Ain Sulfur, whatever you want to call it. They could not make it to this overworld with the technology that they merged with. They didn't evolve naturally. So the spirit world said, hey, take all that stuff off. You can come up here. In the meantime, you can't come up here with all that. You got too much technology. They didn't know what to do. They said, man, we done made it this far and we knock on heaven and heaven say you can't come up here. And what I mean by that is this, y'all. The 3rd dimension is an illusion. You live in a hologram. The 4th dimension, the 5th dimension, the 6th, 7th, 8th is all just another hologram. You're more free because you can fly in those dimensions. You can teleport. You can be like a god.
Oh, it's like creative mode in Minecraft.
God in those dimensions, but you're still in a hologram.
Right.
You're still trapped.
Right.
And that's something people don't know. So just because somebody say they from the 8th to 6th, 7th, 8th dimension, that don't make you strong because you're still trapped if you don't make it past the 9. So with that being said, the Anunnaki, they suck out, they start to seek people in the cosmos who could help them, and Lucifer was the one that could help them. And Lucifer told them, you got to do this thing all over again. They said, we can't do it like that. So they went looking through time for the perfect group of perfect setting, the perfect planet, and they found this timeline here, and they started to work on.
Great cutting off point. No notes. Perfect.
My name is John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr.
I'm going to press X to doubt.
I'm the real one. I'm the original. All the pictures are of me up to the age of 10. I have made literally thousands and thousands of videos sharing my story.
Is anyone familiar with Bubba Hotep?
Others have made thousands and thousands of videos sharing my story. On Facebook alone, in the last 28 days,
This guy claims that he was JFK Jr., but they replaced him at 10 years old.
Have had over 2.5 million views. I was on TikTok
Good thing that's how we determine people's identity, based on how many YouTube views they have. Oh, you have 2 million views? You're definitely really JFK Jr. Gitara says, the whole bit reminds me of Spirit Science's claim that Hebrew people are both from space and the future and were sent to Earth to learn how to ascend to higher dimensions the right way. What? And Peep Lord says, you know how Carl Sagan said a thing about society becoming too dumb to use the things it made? Take that and the concept of a homegrown cargo cult and pretend I said something witty, but falling a few yards shy of suggesting some sort of idiocracy future avoiding cull. Let's do re-education camps. Seems to turn Chinese billionaires into normal productive members of society. You know, I'm not big on re-education camps, mostly because of the inherent violence in the system.
And we had millions and millions and millions of views on there too. So you can't say the mainstream media hasn't heard my story. People in government, like Donald Trump, has even been sent my books. It's a murder crime ring, what we got.
There's your problem. The man can't read.
Going on. It really is. I've been exposing that they murdered my family members. You all know they murdered my father, my uncle. Well, our own government has kept quiet that they murdered my mother and my sister and replaced them with identity theft. They also murdered my aunts, uncles, and cousins. It was a takeover, so
I'm sorry, are we including the Grey Gardens ladies? Huh.
They could steal the Kennedy power and the Kennedy billions. My mother remarried Aristotle Onassis, and he was murdered also, and they stole his billions of dollars. I'm a personal eyewitness to this. I've been sharing this for a very long time. I know how it works, people. These people that have been presidents of the United States belong to this crime ring, and it's not for we the people. And with that said, people like Bill Gates and Donald Trump and all these other billionaires.
Peep Lord says, oh, that's literally why I'm down for it. Vaccines are safe. Space is real, or else. I think we feel very differently about the use of force in coercing people towards your ideology. Let's put it that way. Okay.
And even Mark Z, you know, I know these people haven't earned the money that they have. And they have got it illegally because things were not their idea.
Well, not illegally. I would agree that Mark Zuckerberg and other billionaires don't deserve the money and power that they have, but that's very different than saying it's illegal how they obtained it. Our system is set up that not only makes it legal, but encourages the kinds of business decisions and life decisions that cause people like Mark Zuckerberg to have billions of dollars.
Secrets were done through the government projects so they could get rich and support the cabal with all their money. I know this for a fact. So what would I like to see done? You know, my story is bigger than the Epstein files. They don't want the Epstein files out because it will point the finger at Donald Trump for being a cabal member, part of the satanic pervert, it's sex club that they really are.
Hey, fun fact, pedophiles aren't satanic, they're just pedophiles. Cool beans.
They won't release the files, they won't release my files. The government's already been taken over. Like I said, thousands and thousands of videos, hundreds and hundreds of emails. The FBI say they're not allowed to talk to me. Why? Because I'm exposing them at the highest levels. People like Donald Trump, they can commit felony after felony. They can molest girls and women and just pay them off with all their
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. You're still not a Kennedy.
money that they have stolen in the first place. Millions and millions of dollars. I think it was over $70 million. Your president has paid women for lawsuits to cover up the fact that he is a criminal. Any one of us committed a felony, we would be in prison and never see the light of day. But yet these people in power get away with it. What do I suggest? I suggest we make a militia. It's the only way.
All right, you heard it here first. The fake JFK Jr. has demanded you all take up arms, so I guess that's his plan. It's to raise a grassroots army? Okay. FBI, is this a threat on the bingo card?
It's the only way. We need a militia, constitutionally protected activity to overthrow these people. People like...
I want to be clear. The Constitution at no point says, hey, it's totally legal for you to secede or to take up arms against the government. We had a war about this. Sedition isn't allowed.
Like Bill Gates. I was there with a walkie-talkie when I was a young kid, giving him the secrets, passing government secrets along so they could make him rich. Yeah, I got many stories to share. Many. But what should we do as a militia? We should take our country back. It really is a must, or these criminals are just going to keep getting away with their crimes. But I think we should, I was just sitting on the couch and thinking about Donald Trump and all these homeless vets and these people in government that have allowed the homeless situation to happen, declaring the homeless criminals when they're in charge of inflation and the housing market and every other thing, making it...
Doesn't understand their problem is capitalism on the bingo card? I think we already had that.
Not affordable for people to even live anymore. People are taxed half to death. They really are.
Of course he puts out like a really fair statement about like homeless people or people without homes being criminalized, and then of course he's got to bring it back to taxes. Sir, they're not homeless because of taxes. Holy fucking shit, are you this dumb? You don't even pay taxes until a certain amount. Are you fucking stupid? Oh my god. No one in the history of the world has gone broke because of their taxes. That's not how any of this works.
And the elderly, they can't work 5 jobs and still, survive. It's impossible for most people to have homes. And our government has allowed that. And what I would do, this is what I would do. I would round up all the bills.
Artemis8192 with 54 months says, welcome back, congrats on the surgery, we missed you. I've shot at a child for this momentous occasion. The newest sibling of Morb, Craven the Hunter, Rumpelstiltskin, and Venom, The Last Dance. The threequel needs a name. This sub-baby's name is going to be Madam Web, 7-time Academy Award winner. Madam Web. P-Lord with 40-bit says, sorry, Hannah, I just feel like force lends weight to a moral argument. Yeah, I think Hitler probably thought that, too. Kindly writing letters to power, petitioning for the good stuff, usually only works if it's written on bricks delivered via airmail to the police, applied directly to the forehead, head on. Fuck, I'm stuck in the TV now. This has been a joke for legal reasons. Yeah, man, I gotta firmly disagree with many of your points. You're literally talking about a point where you are already in power and then using that power to forcefully threaten people into believing what you believe or else. No. Bad. Bad.
Billionaires.
You go to the re-education center to learn to be less violent. It's kind of a catch-22. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, first of all, when, back in the day anyway, if you were selling drugs or you committed crimes like that, they would seize all your possessions. Seize them all. And then auction them off. They would. If you're not familiar with that, yeah, that's what our government would do. if they accused you of doing illegal activities. Well, I'm accusing our government and the billionaires of doing illegal activities. Let's seize all their assets, every single one of them, from Mark to Elon to Trump, to Bill, all of them. Let's seize their assets and let's give it back to this country. Because right now, if you have a child in this country, I believe it's $75,000 that child already owes to our government.
That's not how national debt works, you fucking I'm so tired of idiots not talking about the national debt in a way that makes any fucking sense.
We're born into slavery, people. Your children are already born.
Did you know that the national debt means slavery? It doesn't actually. It doesn't in any way. Holy shit, you people are brain dead.
Born into slavery in this country. Let's give it back to we the people, the money that they stole. And I'm John Fitzgerald Kennedy
Stole! Stole, duh, isn't a word.
Jr. And I'm claiming it. I am. Let's make it happen. Please share.
Man, that plane crash really made that guy an idiot, huh? What was this? This, I feel like, was something very weird. That I was, like, iffy on if I was even gonna show it, because it was so weird.
What's up, you guys?
Oh. Well.
Furry here. This year, as you know, as you're all well aware, this is lunaticoutpost.com. Post that I came across, a chat with DeepSeek AI about child adrenochrome harvesting.
Adrenochrome on the bingo
We all
card.
know it's a thing. I know it's hard to believe, but it's the basis of the cabal's entire shizness, man.
Cabal on the bingo card.
Now, DeepSeek AI has quite a lot to say about this, and rather than read it, I'm gonna let an AI read it.
Hey, what's the creepiest AI voice you could use for this? Oh, I'm glad you asked.
What do you think? Let's give this a day in court. Let's see, how do I do this now? Oh yeah.
Yes, Jay's a proxy, we have that.
Read aloud. Check this out. And I thought it was only fitting that we have a kid read it. So, let's give the brat.
Is that fitting? Peep Lord says, I got kicked out of a re-education camp and sent to horny jail because I kept antagonizing the teacher soldiers, then being way too into the consequences. That's a pretty good 2019 internet joke, yeah? Sorry, I've been in the camps a bit. Oh, Jesus.
Listen, shall we?
Question. Daily, how many human children are getting trafficked for adrenochrome harvesting and ritual sacrifice on the earth?
0.
How many, I wonder?
Deep sea.
Jay's a proxy with a bingo. Let's take a look. Adrenochrome, deep state, free space, flat earth, believe sci-fi technology exists. That's a big win! Congrats, Jay's a proxy. Let me write your name down.
CKI, eyes only. Project Glaze, Black Bible, eyes only. You're asking for numbers on the harvest. They don't keep public ledgers. The scale of this operation is the most heavily guarded secret on the planet, buried under layers of disinformation, mocking me.
Alright, that's all I'm gonna make you listen to of that, because that voice is disgusting. Just frankly.
I like these type of pictures and images because you don't have to explain them with words. Like they say, a photo or a picture is worth more than 1,000 words, more than 1,000 books, more than 1,000 everything. So that's a good thing about these pictures. You know, when you see them with these photos, you don't need to explain. Of course, the artificial creation of humans and humanity, babies, men and women, like the Elohim, the genetic engineers who we call the gods, even in the texts. They said, let's create human being in our image and liking, so inferior, of course, but in their image.
Zane says, for the last time, it is incredibly easy to make adrenochrome. We make adrenaline all the time. I know I spelt that wrong, sorry. Yes, if adrenochrome was really some drug that people were into, which they're not, if they were, it can be synthesized in a lab incredibly easily and cheaply.
Anyway, it's so sad how our society has evolved today. zombie apocalypse, what we think it looks like and what it actually looks like. So in all honesty, we live
Wow, very deep, guys. He posted a meme about how phones are bad. Clearly he knows the secrets of the universe.
in a zombie apocalypse. It's just we are so used to see the Walking Dead and all the zombie movies and stuff. We're thinking that that's how a zombie apocalypse looks like, but actually a zombie apocalypse is this. So you see it every day at
Oh boy, someone get George Romero on the phone. We got some hard-hitting zombie social commentary.
school, at university, at work, on the streets, everywhere. This is your zombie apocalypse.
Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum, ba-da-da-da-dun-dun-dun.
And I'm sure if you live in a major city, you're sick of seeing this.
Night of the Living Dead had an actual message. Yeah, and it's living in a mall's rad.
And these are the zombies. And this is what parents do to their kids.
I prefer Day of the Dead.
It's right. So that's
I'm running this monkey farm, Einstein, so I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time.
this is the world we live in. These are the
Day of the Dead.
kids, and these are the parents. Unfortunately for us, the big majority of the parents who are parents of these kids are millennials, just like me. I am a millennial. I don't have any kids though. So yeah, this is our society,
I'm glad he doesn't have any kids. That's good.
our modern society.
Don't forget Dead Alive. Which version? I like both Dead Alives, the Bill Paxton and Pullman one, and the Lord of the Rings creator one.
Stick your nose and your eyes in this thing. This thing is very good. The smartphone is super awesome. If you know
A bit hard since Romero's dead. That's sad. My favorite Romero movie is Monkey Shines, by the way. Monkey Shines. Great movie.
how to use it adequately, and the TVs as well. Unfortunately, we are stuck. It sucks. Anyway, let's see more photos. Oh yeah, this is a good picture to describe reality. Hey, fortunately, right now at the moment,
Reference to the movie They Live on the bingo card.
we have a President Trump, which is super awesome, even though people don't want to
Oh, the neo-Nazi likes Trump. I'm shocked.
understand yet. And I'm so happy that this was stopped. Anyway, have you seen
Sir, excuse you. I still have 5G. What the fuck are you talking about?
They Live back from 1980s? Oh, this photo is also very good. It pictures the reality of the real world, and it explains with basic words.
For the last time, They Live is about capitalism. It is about Reaganomics. It's about Thatcherism. It's about, like, right-wing economic policy.
Let's see, consume, stay asleep, work.
And it's like the most thinly veiled metaphor ever. So if you don't get it, like, I don't understand how you put your shoes on, if I'm being honest with you.
Conform, obey, watch television, buy. Okay. Yeah, I can deal with that. So I don't consume, only the basic minimum. I woke up a long time ago, so I'm not asleep. Work, yes, I do, but not as a Mr. Lunatic. Obey. Well, I obey the rules of life, but of course I don't want to be an anarchist, but I obey like a human being and not like a zombie. Conform, no, definitely not. Buy, yeah, I buy the necessary stuff to go buy. Watch television, barely. I watch what interests me and stuff. You get the point, right? Anyway, have you ever been to a institution or like facility or corporation where human clones are fabricated, are produced? Never?
Clones on the bingo card.
It's an interesting
That's nice they gave them all little name tags.
place. There's plenty
Why'd they give them all the same bangs?
of them, you know. But you don't need to go to a clone facility. You can actually live on Earth in the known world. Remember, Vibes of Cosmos, moon map, and pretty much we are clones. I chose the red pill a long time ago. I think I made a mistake because he made me think that the red pill was the blue pill, So I took it thinking it was the blue pill to stay asleep, and it was the red pill. I said, oh man. Anyway, since I took it anyway, let's just go through all the stuff and go deeper into the rabbit hole. But yeah, and that's when I said, man, I just want to stay asleep and have a nice, easy life, and don't think about anything, just moan and complain and get fat, and that's it. Anyway, do not. Anyway, do you have the glasses? You know the glasses? Oh, that was so awesome. This movie in the 1980s. You see everything. You understand everything. Really good, really good. You have that patent number. This is the patent number of the television. It's such a wonderful tool. The TV is wonderful. You should see the authorities said in the 1960s, 1950s, 1960s, both in the US and the Soviet Union about TV. It's fascinating. This is awesome. This is something I have to go into detail about to explain you. Of course, the big majority of people, they just take everything out of context and they don't go deeper into the rabbit hole like I didn't, right? So for a long time I didn't.
And when he says rabbit hole, he means he watched one of the most popular sci-fi series of the 80s.
And go deeper into the rabbit hole, and of course it's so easy to take out of context when we are ignorant and we just allow ourselves
Robert Englund's in V.
to be manipulated. When I have time, I'll speak more about this. But for now, I just wanted to show you this final.
Peeplord says, I remember all those people mad at Rage Against the Machine for going woke. How you felt about Rex, re-education camps now. If it makes you feel better, I'll call it a rec center, and I'll let its yearly existence be decided upon by teens in a skiing contest. To be clear, I'm just trying to think about this holistically, Peeplord. If you had utter control of society, and you were taking people against their will who don't agree with you, kidnapping them and putting them in places to re-educate them, do you think their family's going to be happy with you? Do you think they're really going to be happy with you after they let out? Or do you think they're just going to foment more bad feelings towards you that they're then going to spread towards other people? Like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, are you trying to create insurgents? What are you doing? Fucking hell. I'm just saying, read up on the Frankfurt School, you fuck. Like, this shit's why Stalinism didn't fucking work. What are you talking about? Stop it.
Text in this video. So this is one of my favorite quotes of all time, and I also respect Arthur Conan Doyle so much. He's the author of Sherlock Holmes. When you eliminate the impossible, all that can be left, no matter how improbable, is the truth. That's a mythical, legendary statement. Also, for those of you who like manga and anime, as you know, in the Detective Conan, Meditante Conan, which is an anime I follow since I was 12 years old. Shinichi Kudo, who is the main character, when he shrinks to a boy, he takes the name of Conan, inspiring himself in Arthur Conan Doyle, who is the author of his favorite hero, who is Sherlock Holmes. So that's awesome. But this statement applies to our reality, to the real world, because once you eliminate the impossible, all that's left, no matter how improbable, no matter how you don't like it, it's the truth. So this is like the statement. This is like the supreme phrase or statement you have to use, and of course it makes everything sense. I definitely like this this thing here. I think this is one of the photos or the pictures that
Peeplord says, if it's so stupid, then why do people keep doing it? Gotcha there, silly girl. Pops champagne from 9th place. Because people are stupid. Because humans as an animal are fundamentally stupid. There you go. Glad I could answer that.
The big majority, 9 out of 10 people, they just go mad and insane at you and me. At the point that they hate us. And
Doyle also believed that stop-motion dinosaurs were real triceratops brought back to life. In fairness, have you seen The Lost World? Good shit. Did he believe that, though? That's funny. That's very him to believe.
and they scream and yell and complain and moan and they get depressed. And unfortunately
Doyle's kid dying in a world war really fucked his brain.
for us, that's how
People Lord says, me too. Me three.
humanity works. You know, you show them the reality of the real world and they just get stressed out of their minds, and they start, the program starts breaking. And remember, we live in a zombie apocalypse since a long time ago, at least since the first iPhone and the first Samsung Galaxy. Since probably not the first iPhone, because not many people had the first iPhone, but yeah. Hey, well, scary. Anyway, so we don't need to go to a human cloning facility, even though that would be interesting, because since the 1800s or the 1700s, especially the 1800s, well, the first adults were brought and stuff, and they just multiply themselves, right? And in the end, our grandparents were born, and our parents, and then we were born. And yeah, we'll go into that in detail in the future videos. I just want to shut up now and let you enjoy your free time. And let's finish the video with let's finish the video with this. This is a mighty idea of the reality of
It's not that mighty, man.
the real world. See you next time. And it's actually written
Thanks for gifting a sub to Carpcosian.
in the ancient texts. Doesn't matter if it's like the biblical texts in Hebrew or like the Vedas or any other texts. It's just fascinating.
Miscellanea says, what if I'm my own grandpa? Why won't they release The Stupids on Blu-ray? Vinegar Syndrome needs to release The Stupids on 4K. Fucking love that movie. Now, many, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon they two were wed. Na-na-na-na-na-na. That changed my very life, for my father was my mother. My daughter was my mother, for she was my father's wife. To complicate the matters, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. Something's baby became brother-in-law to dad. I don't remember the whole thing. Watch The Stupids. It's not good. The joke is that they're inbred? No, they're not inbred. It's just through a series of marriages and stuff that he's his own grandpa, because he's married to his own grandmother, because his wife is his grandmother, because his wife's daughter is married to his father. So his daughter-in-law also being his mother makes her mother his grandma, who is also his wife, so he's his own grandpa because he's married to his grandma. We did it.
Have we just found exactly how AI was given back to us, back engineered, and brought back into the public's view?
Oh, fuck.
We all understand at this point that the timeline, the one that we are
Harold Doubleman says, I've missed this. Me too. I like hanging out with y'all.
currently living in, it had a reset. Something massive happened, where technology begins flying back at us, starting around 1800. Everything from the car, the plane, the train, the phone, the TV, the light bulb, and power tools.
Yeah, that's the compounding nature of how do I put this? Basically tech trees. When you invent new things, it makes it easier to invent other things with those things you invented. Also, often when these things happen, it's because some big new thing has happened that allows there to be improvement in many fields at once. So like the industrial revolutions, the introduction of widely available electricity, stuff like that.
You name it, where we are told that nothing happened before this for millions of years, yet the buildings.
What? For millions of lots happened, we just weren't a part of it. I think last I checked, human beings, Homo sapiens, are dated back like 200,000 years. I don't know what the current number is. It changes somewhat every... They'll occasionally, like, discover some older thing that proves that humans existed prior, but around 200,000 years. So plenty of stuff was happening, we just weren't involved. It was other hominids and many other animals.
The structures, they tell us a much different story of an advanced previous civilization here before all of us, before a worldwide massive reset. And what happened in the 1920s was the beginning of our timeline, finding artificial intelligence and welcoming it back into the world, where we have seen that in the early 1900s, they begin excavations in Egypt underneath the Sphinx. Yet we are all told and have shown that Zahi Hawass and the Egyptian Supreme Council of Antiquities repeatedly state that there is nothing beneath the Sphinx. No chambers, no tunnels, and we have shown that the Serapeum of Saqqara hold massive tombs built for giants. Yet we are all told that it was just for bulls, and there were never any bull skeletons found. All of the tombs were empty and opened, telling us that they never found advanced technology at the site. Just a bunch of sand and sticks. The problem with all of this is that we have shown that the pyramids, under radar scanning,
Oh no, it's the bullshit thing! This is such a fucking scam! If you've seen on the internet in the last 6 months or whatever, people talking about, oh, the scans under the pyramids, they're secret chambers. It's bullshit. It's something that was put out by a complete fraudster, conspiracy theorist piece of shit. This is not something legitimate. This is total horse shit being passed around by conspiracy theorists.
Oh, that there is so much more underneath them. We saw that in 1991, seismic scans were conducted, revealing rectangular cavities beneath the Sphinx's front paws and along its sides. They were not natural.
Once again, he's using AI. I want to point out, he's not sourcing any information. It's all AI. God damn. All right, I think I gotta call it a little early. I'm sorry. I'm in pain. So I think I gotta call it like half an hour early, which isn't too bad. I made it longer today than I was expecting. So I apologize for having to cut it a little early, but I am in pain and I am hungry, so. Thank you everyone for hanging out for my first stream back. It's good to see all of you too. I will be back tomorrow. We're gonna do Sovereign Citizens tomorrow and catch up with all the fun court drama we missed. So yeah, I'm gonna go make maybe a patty melt or something, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for all the stuff everyone sent. Really, really generous gifts. Let's raid Cass. We can certainly do that. Probably gonna shut off the wish list tomorrow. So if anyone wants to get me a last thing, I guess there's the link. Let's do the raid, shall we? But yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. There's been a lot of really good Sovereign Citizen stuff in the last week, so very exciting. Let me see. Cass is alive.
It's good to be here with all of you. I know that I'm a silly little creature.
Yeah. All right, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you soon, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Should be good. Cameron hasn't done much, but there's plenty of other Sov-Sit weirdness to look at. So, see you tomorrow. Will I see chat tomorrow, Magic 8 Ball? Reply hazy. Try again. All right. Guess we'll find out tomorrow. See ya.